guys. Okay, it feels weird to not have my little microphone because you guys can't see it, but my little guy here should be doing all the work. I thought I was gonna use my Blue Yeti, but it has betrayed me and decided not to work. So I have disconnected my Elgato from my computer and hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. I don't want to use my lapel mic. I want to use a good microphone. Gosh dang it. So we're here. I think it's the 22nd of December. Happy almost Christmas for you guys. Today I want to tell you guys about 24 books in 2024 that I'm excited about, okay? If you have watched previous videos of mine, you will know that I am not much of a look-aheader. I don't look ahead much in terms of books. I just let the books come to me, and if it's a book that I've been waiting for unknowingly, very good, very good. But I decided that this year I should maybe, take a peek. Let's just take a little peek at what's coming out in 2024. I'm gonna walk you through 24 books. There might be one special mention. What do they call it in like an awards thing? It's an honorable mention. There's like one honorable mention. Yeah, we'll see how I feel about that honorable mention at the end. Well, now I gotta mention it. I've brought it up already, so okay. It's 24 books with an honorable mention that is on. I'll talk to you about it when we get there. Okay, why it's an honorable mention, we'll get there. Hi guys, Future Meowlo here. I filmed this video originally at the very beginning of December. As of today, the 7th of December, I think some news came out yesterday that one of the authors I originally mentioned on this list has been found to be doing some really shady and crappy and other things, other terms, some practices in terms of like review bombing and review boosting. It's very weird. Like, if the allegations turn out to be true, which there's like pages and pages, like tens of pages of receipts of this, I don't know how people can be so stupid. But anyways, as of right now, like it's not looking good for this author. They're doing some really crappy, possibly even like racist things. So I'm gonna remove my segment of their book from this video, and so there will only be 24 books in this video. If I don't have time to like edit out references to there being 24 and an extra, so I'm just putting this in here so that you know that if you count, there's only 24, because I did remove Kate Corain's book. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's even called. Yeah, I've removed that book from this list just because, yeah, it's not looking great. I know I mentioned one of the authors that were affected by what she was up to in this list. I'm gonna have a comment down below with the authors and everything, and if there's updates on the situation, I'll do my best to put that down there. I can't comment anything at this moment. It's the 7th of December and this video isn't scheduled until the 22nd, so I can't comment anything at the moment. So I'm just going to do my best to stay as appraised of the situation as I can and keep the information in a comment down below if I can. I have had a day. I'm gonna drink some wine. It doesn't want to open. Why do a screw top if I can't open the screw top? There we go. I feel like I've got wine on my hands, but it doesn't look like wine. I'm wearing black pants. It's okay. I'm drinking Tina and Selmi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's just a red blend. A very good red blend. Well, that was a lot more than I thought I was gonna get. It's fine. It's fine. All right, you guys, are you ready? Cheers. Cheers. I'm at a different angle. You can see that I got my candle going, but I wanted you guys to be able to admire my shelves with all of my things. All of my precious knickknacks, treasures. Yes, okay. I don't know if it's the alcohol or the bad day that's giving me this vibe. Let's get into the books. Okay, these are going to be in order of release date. I'll have the cover here, even if it's a Goodreads. There is no cover picture, okay? Lastly, before I get into the books, I do not have the Goodreads open for these. I am going purely on the notes that I left over here. I'm challenging myself today, so maybe I'll get some of this wrong. I have question marks for some things. All right, now, first book. This one has no known release date as of when I made this Google Doc, okay? It's called Birding with Benefits by Sarah T. Dubb. It looks so cute. Look at that cover. It's an adult contemporary romance. My notes are bird watching, fake dating, miscommunication, and friends with benefits. So from what I can remember, she thinks he's looking for a partner, like a fake girlfriend partner. He's looking for a bird watching partner. At some point they become fake dating for some reason, but she's helping him with bird watching, and romance and hijinks ensues. She's a divorcee, so she's trying to get back out there. Sounds cute to me. No known release date though, so hopefully they don't make us wait too long, because it just sounds really cute, Hi guys, future me again. A little bit more future me this time. I'm trying to get this in before I finally fully upload this video. It is December 19th. I originally filmed this back on I don't even know, anyways, I removed a book that was going to be in this slot because of the review boycott. So I was like, this is perfect. I would love to talk about that other book, but I'm not going to because there's like very basic, simple demands that are not being met. So instead, I'm going to talk about a book that was affected by the Kate Corain debacle that just happened that I'm very excited about. That would be So Let Them Burn by Kamilah Cole. This is the first in the Divine Traders series. I'm not sure if it's intended to be a duology or there's only 2 books listed, so hopefully for me it's a duology. I prefer a duology to a trilogy, but it sounds really good. I don't know a whole lot about it because I'm kind of preferring to go into it not knowing too much, but I know that it's Jamaican inspired. It's a fantasy that follows a God's blessed heroine. She has to choose between saving her sister or protecting her homeland, and sounds very interesting. Also, there's dragons, so I'm hoping that it can fill the void that Fourth Wing left. I never read Fourth Wing, but I'm hoping that this does dragons better and more interestingly. I don't think I've read a lot of Jamaican inspired fantasy, so I'm super excited. This one comes out on January 16th, so get it on your holds list because it's coming out soon. And yeah, so that is this slot for me. I'm very excited. The cover is beautiful. It sounds amazing and I cannot wait. My library's app is broken, so I can't put anything on hold. It's both a blessing and a curse. We digress. On January 16th, we get Emily Wilde's map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett, and I'm super excited for this because I loved Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I loved that read. It was such a good read, and I know a lot of people loved it. So just a heads up, the second one is coming out on January 16th. I know like super little about it. I read the summary. I still know nothing. I have it written down as an adult fantasy romance, historical fiction, cozy mystery. I don't particularly find Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies cozy. It wasn't a very cozy read for me. The stakes were pretty high. I'm not going to go into any spoilers, but that was not a cozy read to me. So I do see people mark it as cozy though. So all I have for notes is second in series and then question marks. So I'm looking forward to it. I kind of want to go in with as little knowledge as possible because I already know I love the characters. I love the world. I'm looking forward to it. January 16th. And then on February 6th, which this is sooner than I was expecting, we get Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Now, I am not the biggest Ali Hazelwood fan. I did not like Love on the Brain. I have not read The Love Hypothesis or Check and Mate, but I did really like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to look it up. She's Italian, I didn't know that. Love Theoretically. Okay, I loved Love Theoretically. I'm planning on reading more of her books. Finally read The Love Hypothesis and her short stories and Check and Mate in February. So it is an adult paranormal fantasy romance. We have a vampire female main character and a werewolf male main character, and it's like an arranged political marriage. She doesn't want to be involved in vampire society, but she comes back for this. I'm looking forward to it, okay? I am a sucker for vampire, werewolf, witch, werewolf, like anything with a werewolf. I am a paranormal fantasy romance girly. It is my bread and butter, so I'm really looking forward to this. Bride, February 6th. Okay, so then on February 13th, we have An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. This is second in the series to A Dowry of Blood. If you've read A Dowry of Blood, you might be confused, like I was, when I found out that it's actually a series. I think that it's like a loose series, but who knows? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like anybody knows how well this is going to be tied in with A Dowry of Blood. Like, are one of the people from A Dowry of Blood going to be like one of these teachers and we just don't know it until it's like revealed to us? I don't know, but this is a February 13th release. It's an adult fantasy horror gothic is what I have it written down as. It's dark academia with an academic rivalry, and it's sapphic. And there's vampires. Do I need to say anything else? I don't really think I do. So prepare for a good Valentine's Day read, all right? I know I'm looking forward to it. So then we have Sunbringer by Hannah Canner. That is February 15th. And this is an adult fantasy romance. LGBT/queer are the genres. So this is the second book for Godkiller. I have not read Godkiller because I knew it was a series and I wanted to wait until at least the next book came out. I don't know if this is a duology. I'm not sure. My second note is I know nothing. I'm very excited because I wanted to read Godkiller, but I've been like, no, you've got to wait. You've got to wait at least until the second book is out. So February 15th, all bets are off. I'm going into this series. I'm so excited. I've heard like such good things about Godkiller and I'm looking forward to reading both of them. And then on February 20th, we've got A Tempest of Tea by Hafsah Faizal. I have a note to look up pronunciation. I obviously did not do that. This is a YA fantasy historical fiction, and it's the author of We Hunt the Flame. I love We Hunt the Flame. I haven't finished the series because I am the worst about finishing series. I loved We Hunt the Flame. Why have I not read the second one? Why? I don't know. I ask myself this almost every day. I literally own these books and I haven't finished it. I digress. Same author. This is a heist with vampires. They have a tea room that turns into a blood house at nighttime. And it's the first in the series. Big warning, first in series, okay? Big warning for myself not to get too excited because I hate starting series when they're not all out. But, you know, we do what we gotta do, especially when it's Hafsah Faizal. Oh my god, I'm butchering that for sure. Then on February 27th, we have The Butcher of the Forest by Premee Mohamed. This is an adult dark fantasy horror. It's a novella. We love novellas here. It has to do with the forbidden evil forest, the only person to ever come out of it. And there's something where somebody gets, I think they call it the tyrant. The tyrant's daughter gets taken into the forest. So they're like, you've been in and you've come out. You have to go get her. And if you don't go get her, we'll kill your family or something like that. It sounds really interesting. It's a novella. And the cover is really beautiful, so I'm looking forward to this one on February 27th. Then on March 5th, we have Kindling by Traci Chee. This is a YA fantasy, and just look at this cover. Oh, I thought there was a spider. I feel like this cover just says everything you need to know about why I'm excited about this book. It's teenage warriors, post-war trauma, and they're no longer needed. It's something like these people have a power. They're called the Kindling because to use it takes their life force on some level. They do not survive using their powers, but their magic has been outlawed. And the war that they were fighting is done. And so it's about people, like, I think they might have to come back for some reason, but not the same reason. I don't know. It just sounds really interesting. It sounds like there's like a thing in my mind about like people who don't fit into the world anymore. Like they once had a place, but their place is obsolete at this point. And it's always so interesting to read about that. And if you've played Final Fantasy XIV, you might know the vibe I'm going for with that. Like, I don't want to do any spoilers. There's characters in there who are like fighting for their world. And then at some point, they just kind of accept that, you know, like, our world is gone. This is your world. Like, you've done better than we would with this world. And so we are obsolete at this point. In some level. I'm trying to be very vague. Anyways, I'm really excited. I saw the cover and I had to put it on my list. Then also on March 5th, we have What Monstrous Gods by Rosamund Hodge. And this is a YA fantasy retelling, loosely based on Snow White. All of the rest of my notes have question marks. Forced marriage? Love triangle? Enemies to lovers? That's all I've got. I can't think of anything. Okay. Then on March 5th, we have A Dark and Drowning Tide by Allison Saft. This one says adult fantasy, but also says it's YA. What is it? I don't know. And then it's gothic and sapphic. I love gothic sapphic. So then we've got Murder Mystery, Magical Forest, Dark Academia. Do you see that cover? Do you see that cover, Cubby? Isn't it the most beautiful cover you've ever seen? It's too beautiful. I don't know like anything about this book other than those notes that I've written there. And I'm kind of keeping it that way because I feel like I know I love sapphic, gothic, dark academia, magical forest. You could have stopped at the first two and I would have been sold, but you just kept going and you gave me this cover. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I will be there March 5th to read this book. March 5th is a busy day. So we're moving on now to March 12th. We have The Hedgewitch of Foxhall by Anna Bright. This is a YA fantasy romance. The cover is just so cute. It's so cute. It's a standalone, very important. And something about like magic is fading. There's enemies to lovers because you've got one character that's trying to make sure magic fades, but then he has to get help from a hedge witch. There's a romance there though, and there's another romance because everybody's competing to try to do this one thing and they need this hedge witch for it. Like everybody, I mean, two people with this hedge witch are trying to do this thing, and love triangle, enemies to lovers. Cute cover. I'm here for it. March 12th. On April 2nd, we have A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandanna. This is the same author as The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I love that book. That was such a cozy, cute book. I can't recommend that book enough. This is another adult fantasy, romance, contemporary, cozy mystery. That's all the genres I wrote down. There was a lot. For notes, I have there's an animal companion. Who doesn't love an animal companion? Exactly, Cubby. She needs assistance. Yeah, she's lost her magic. Bringing somebody back to life. That's in the summary, so I don't feel like it's a spoiler. But she needs assistance from a past one-night stand. I don't need to say anything else. I don't. We're gonna move on. So then we've got The Hemlock Queen by Hannah Witten. This is April 9th. This is the second in series to The Foxglove King. It's an adult fantasy romance, also new adult. Okay, I liked The Foxglove King. I did not think about it again after I read it. It's a very weird book where I was like enjoying it and then I finished it and I was like, whoop, never again am I gonna think about this book. But the second book is coming out April 9th. I'm looking forward to finding out where it goes, because where is it going? I mean, I have ideas, but I'm not gonna tell them to you because I don't know if you've read the first book, but the second one's coming out April 9th. Okay, this is also on April 9th. We have The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. It's an adult fantasy historical fiction romance. All right, I'm not a Bardugo fan generally. This next year in 2024, I do plan to read Ninth House, that series. In fact, I just used my book of the month free birthday add-on to pick up the second one in that series so that I can read it and decide how I feel. But I'm not a Shadow and Bone fan, all right? I am a Darkling Alina stan, and she did my people dirty, right? She did them dirty. I'll never forgive her, but I will try this book out, okay? Because it is Hidden Magic Reluctant Allies. Those are the notes I have written down. That's it. The cover's really cool. I need to move. Well, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in the wrong spot. Cubby's blocking me. So I'm going to try Leigh Bardugo next year. 2024 is going to be hopefully the year of Leigh Bardugo's, oh my god, what is the word? It starts with an R. Cubby, what's the word? Redemption. I figured it out. It'll be a Leigh Bardugo redemption for me, maybe. Unlikely. I think she's going to trick me. I think she's tricking me. It sounds like it's like an enemies to lovers. I think she's tricking me. I think she's throwing a ruse. I think I'm going to be fooled. But we'll see come April 9th. Whether that's true or not. Then on April 16th, we have Immortal Pleasures by v.castro. This is an adult fantasy horror romance about vampires and revenge. Just look at that cover. This is another one where I don't think I need to say anything more. But if I remember, she is a Aztec vampire and she's out for revenge. She goes out stealing her, what are they called? Things from her society. I'm just losing the ability to words here, okay? She does that. She goes out, she steals things back, something like that. But she falls in love or has romances with two people who fulfill different desires. This is a horror adult book, okay? Go into it expecting such. But that cover sure is something. Then we have To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods by Molly X. Chang on April 16th. This is a YA fantasy romance Asian literature. This looks like it's the first in a trilogy, and it has to deal with death magic and enemies to lovers. I don't know. I need more like Asian kind of myths. Like I want to read more of their folklore because it just seems so good. And I want to read more, and so this seems like it's kind of along those lines, and I'm super excited to dive into this series. I'm super hyped, especially like I somewhat remember the summary. She has like a power of death, like a death magic obviously, and she's trying to keep it kind of hidden, but they're asking her to use it against her country or they're gonna kill her family or something like that, and so she has to decide like my family or my country. For me that'd be super easy, but I live in America, so. All right, then we have The Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Jelly Clark. I said that last one was April 16th, right? Anyways, this one's April 23rd. It's an adult fantasy novella about undead assassins. Like they die but they get brought back to life. They have no memory of their past. They just have their like creed and the rules. We have one who goes out on a job and she meets somebody from her past and starts remembering things. I'm here for that angst. I'm ready. I've got hiccups. On June 6th, we have 12th Night by Alexine Farrell-Fulmouth, who is also known as Olivia Blake. I love Olivia Blake, even though her books always end up being a little bit mid to me. Like, I love what she tries to do in the books that I read. Okay, so this comes out on June 6th. This is a young adult contemporary romance. This book is like made for me though, okay? Are you ready? This is hidden identity, MMORPG, nerd, jock, romance, Shakespeare retelling-ish. I'm not familiar with the 12th Night Shakespeare story, but it says it's sort of a retelling-ish. It's about a girl and a guy who go to the same school. One of them's like more of a nerd, one of them's more of a jock, but they both play the same MMORPG. And they meet in it and they become friends. They don't know who they are. I am an MMO addict. I am here for this book, all right? I am here for this book. I will buy this book. I will buy it. I already know. June 6th, I will be there. I might even try to order it early at my local bookstore. So then on August 1st, we have A Dawn with the Wolf Knight by Elise Kova. You all probably know this series. It's the Married to Magic series. I haven't read any books in this series, all right? I have heard that they get worse as they go on. This is the 5th one, so it might be the worst one, but I am a sucker for werewolves, okay? This is an adult paranormal romance, fantasy romance. It's supposed to be kind of like Little Red Riding Hood-ish, and it's werewolves and witches. Do not judge me. I will be picking this one up. I want to read this so bad. I haven't read anything else in this series. Maybe I'll do a video next year where I read all of them to lead up to this one, but I just heard that they aren't very good. But we'll see. I love werewolves and witches. I will give almost anything involving that premise a try, but I'm always disappointed. So hopefully this one doesn't disappoint me as much as like A Wolf Gone Wild did at least. So then on August 13th, we have Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca. If you've been watching my previous videos, you know Jen DeLuca is the author of the Well Met series. It's a romance centered around Renaissance festivals, and she's branching out. This is an adult romance about like a town that's like super haunted. So they have a lot of ghost tourism. I have it written down, haunted house but cute? Question mark. Grumpy guy sunshine woman? Question mark. Like a new woman moves to town. Her house is haunted, so she enlists the help of the local cafe owner to help her deal with it. And it sounds cute. The cover's cute. I really like Jen DeLuca. I think the only issue I've ever had with her books is that it's very white. Like I'm always kind of like, it's just very white. I know that she has a 5th Well Met book coming out. It might be this year too, but I don't know. I couldn't find any information on it, so all we have is Haunted Ever After, and I think it looks cute and it sounds fun. It's in Florida. Could be a fun read. I'm excited. This one almost didn't make the list because she was announcing it so late. I found it like just a few days before I filmed this, so I'm excited to have found it, and that's why I have an honorable mention. On August 15th, we have The Exile's Gift by Tamora Pierce. This is a YA fantasy, and it's the second in the New Mare Chronicles. So I have the books here. If you don't know who New Mare is, he is Dane's teacher in the Immortals series from her, which starts with wild magic. New Mare is Dane's teacher. Now, I read this series when I was young, age appropriate, but this was the awakening of teacher-student romance for me. I'm so excited to reread this year. So this series she's doing, the New Mare Chronicles, is how New Mare got to be where he was. The first book is about his parents, and I haven't read it yet. I have it over on my shelf back there, but I haven't read it yet. But the second book is rumored to come out this August. I don't know for sure if it's actually coming out this August or not, because sometimes with Tamora Pierce, like, we don't know anything. We just don't know. But fingers crossed it comes out this year because I need more New Mare story. Actually, what I need is more New Mare and Dane. Tamora Pierce, you want to write some adult romance? Thank you. On September 3rd, we have Devil's Backbone, The Devil's Backbone by Kirsten Bowling. Genres are not listed on Goodreads at the moment, so I just made some assumptions based on what I have read that this is a new adult romance. That's what her last book was. It's a Western, and it's historical fiction. These are my guesses. And it's the author of We'd Know By Then, and I haven't read that book. It's on my shelf. I really want to read it, but I just haven't got around to it yet because all I read are library books. It's about a bounty hunter female main character who is out for revenge on somebody that I think killed her family, and she is getting some assistance from a lawman who used to be a bad guy. That's all I know. Why is this out of order? Oh no. Oh, I know why it's out of order. That was book number 24. Oh my goodness, I did not number them on my list. I should have done that. I have one more book. It's an honorable mention because it got kicked off the list when I found that Jen DeLuca book. This is The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. This comes out on July 9th. It's a YA fantasy romance, and it's the sequel to The Shadows Between Us, which you may have heard of as like a disappointing YA dark romance. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. All right, it was a weird book. It was weird, but it captivated me. It captivated me.
It makes no damn sense. Compels me though.
All right, and this is about the girl from the first book, the woman from the first book, her sister. And so my notes are like scheming woman, and the main guy's name is Eric's Demos. Eric's. July 9th. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, so those are my 24/25 books I'm looking forward to in 2024. I hope that maybe I put you on the trail of a book that might sound interesting to you in the new year. I know I didn't know that half these books were coming out next year until I started making this list. I'm just so bad with keeping up with series and release dates. I just am like, if it comes to me, it comes to me, and it's meant to be. But you know, it's good sometimes to know in advance so you can prepare yourself. I'm looking forward to 2024. It seems like it's going to be a pretty good year for reading. Maybe it'll finally be the year of Leigh Bardugo for me. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. And I'm also looking forward to Ali Hazelwood's branching out into paranormal romance. That's my jam. That's my jam. But I'm also expecting the werewolf man to be a massive, massive man. Vampire's going to be very small. And there's going to be a lot of miscommunication if I know my Ali Hazelwood. We'll see. Anyways, I'm very excited for 2024 in terms of a reading year. Are you excited for 2024 for reading? What books are you looking forward to next year? Send me some more recommendations, because if you'll notice, I think I only had one horror book on this list. I need more horror recommendations for 2024. Let me know what I should look forward to in 2024 for maybe genres I'm not familiar with. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I love talking with people about books, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.